Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're blending simulation with traditional learning to finally close that nursing theory practice gap.
Can I actually do this? That's the terrifying question running through every nursing student's head during traditional clinicals.
Traditional methods build the cognitive foundation, sure, but hybrid simulation, that's your risk-free bridge to actual patient care. This approach is totally backed by landmark data from the NCSBN National Simulation Study. It reveals a massive shift. They proved that up to 50% of traditional clinical hours can safely be swapped for high-quality simulation. This gives your students a secure spot to master tricky psychomotor skills without ever risking harm to a patient. So what does this look like in practice? Let's break down a super practical 115-minute hybrid lab blueprint. We kick off with a quick 15-minute pre-lab video, so students arrive primed on things like IV antibiotics. Then, those fresh concepts get applied in a 20-minute discussion using active polling around a specific patient scenario. Moving from theory to action, 30 minutes of skill rehearsal lets them physically prime tubing and program those pumps.
The climax is a 30-minute full simulation. This brings it all together using tools like the Sim2Grow simulator.
Here, learners got to synthesize pharmacology, documentation, and teamwork in real time. It's exactly like being on the floor. We wrap with a 20-minute structured debrief. The real secret here? Target their clinical judgment and don't just lecture. To make this work, remember the golden rule. Absolutely always let your pedagogy drive the fidelity. Start with psychological safety. A brief equipment orientation massively lowers student anxiety and yields a much more authentic performance. Also, strategically spiral your content. Revisiting concepts with microsims later on cements vital muscle memory through sheer repetition. Oh, and don't ignore documentation. Practicing with real eMAR systems perfectly bridges that gap, drastically improving actual medication safety. Ultimately, this brings us to a transformative philosophy. Don't choose between modalities. Mix their distinct strengths together instead. Think of it this way. Classroom lectures intellectualize foundational concepts, giving your students that absolutely vital underlying why. Your interactive discussions then contextualize those concepts, pulling them out of the textbook and into a realistic patient framework. Finally, the simulation operationalizes it. This proves students haven't just memorized facts, they can actually safely execute the how. This multi-layered approach guarantees two massive things: way fewer clinical errors and seriously higher confidence in your future nurses. Since simulators like Sim2Grow were engineered by actual nurse educators, integrating this whole workflow is surprisingly a total breeze. So, the blueprint is right here. How will you transform tomorrow's lesson into a truly practice-ready experience?